First, the top news headlines. NIA takes over investigation of 3 violent incidents in Jiribam, including November 11th militant attack, as special court grants authority for case transfer and further inquiry. Intense search operation led by IG and DIG underway in Jiribam district to locate 6 abducted women and children amid rising Kuki militant violence. Iscom community appeals for immediate and compassionate action to secure safe return of 6 abducted civilians, including 3 minors. And Amoko condemns expansion of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in Manipur, accuses central government of favoring Kuki Jaw militants and threatening state's unity. A very good evening. You're watching IS English News. This is Suraj Khongban Tabam giving you the news. Now the news in detail. The National Investigation Agency NIA has taken over the investigation of the 3 most recent violent incidents in Jiribam, including the militant attack at Jakuradhor Karong on November 11th. The NIA, with branches in New Delhi and Imphal, has re-registered the cases under a directive from the Central Home Ministry and applied to the Special Court NIA in Manipur for the District Police to hand over all case files and evidence. The first case involves an attack on Borobekra police station, homes and shops in Jakuradhor Karong, where several buildings were set on fire. The NIA has charged suspects under the Arms Act and UAPA. The second case concerns an attack on a CRPF post and the Borobekra police station, where a constable was injured and 10 militants were killed in a subsequent gunfight. Weapons and ammunition were recovered from the site. The third case involves the murder of Josangkim, who was attacked and burned at her home in Zairol Pokpi on November 7th. The special court has authorized the NIA to investigate all 3 cases, and Jiribam and Borobekra police stations have been ordered to transfer all case records and evidence to the NIA by November 22nd. A large-scale intensive search operation is currently underway in the suspected areas and bordering regions of Jiribam district, aimed at locating 6 women and children who are feared to have been abducted by Kuki militants following the attack on November 11. The operation, which involves a coordinated effort between Manipur Police and Central Forces, spans the jurisdictions of the Borobekra and Jiribam police stations. A combined team led by senior officers of the Manipur Police, including Inspectors General and Deputy Inspector General, is spearheading the search for the missing individuals. The ongoing search operation, which is being conducted with full coordination between state and central forces, continues to focus on the areas surrounding Jiribam, with authorities working relentlessly to secure the safe recovery of the missing individuals and restore peace to the region. In response to the escalating security situation after the ambush by suspected Kuki militants, the Manipur Police have made immediate administrative changes. Inspector Sangakpam Ibotombe Singh, formerly the officer in charge of Jiribam Police Station, has been reassigned to the Manipur Police Training Center, while Inspector Takhel Mayum Rameshwar, previously the OC of Kakching Police Station, has been appointed as the new OC of Jiribam. These changes were implemented following an order issued by the Director General of Police of Manipur, Rajiv Singh, in the public interest, reflecting the urgency of the situation. To ensure continued operational efficiency, the senior-most sub-inspector at Kakching Police Station has been tasked with temporarily overseeing the station's duties in the absence of an OC. The Iscom Union Manipur has issued an urgent appeal concerning the recent abduction of 6 individuals, including 3 minors, during an incident in Jiribam on November 11th. The incident, described as deeply regrettable, has caused widespread pain and distress among communities, leaving many in fear for their safety. In a statement released by the union's Information and Publicity Secretary L. David Combe, the organization emphasized that the abducted individuals are innocent civilians with no involvement in any ongoing conflicts or unfortunate events. The union urged all parties and authorities involved to act on humanitarian grounds, transcending ethnic or other affiliations, to prioritize the safety and dignity of human lives. Highlighting the universal value of life, particularly that of children, this statement called for collective responsibility in ensuring their protection. It appealed for the immediate and safe return of the abducted individuals to their families, stressing that this is a moment for all to come together to restore trust and take a step toward peace and healing. The All Manipur United Clubs organization, AMUCO, has expressed dissatisfaction with the recent decision to declare 6 police station areas in Manipur, namely Lamlai, Sekmai, Lamshang, Moirang, Jiribam, and Lemokong, as disturbed areas under the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958. In a press release, AMUCO criticized the move, arguing that instead of expanding the disturbed area status, the government should have focused on rescuing 6 civilians, including a woman and a child, who were abducted near a central armed police force post in Jakuradhor, Jiribam. AMUCO raised concerns over the government's failure to address the underlying causes of the ongoing violence, particularly the abduction of civilians. The organization suggested that the central government's decision to extend UPSPA seemed to favor Kuki-Jaw militants, with whom the CAPF allegedly has close ties. They questioned whether the move was an attempt to appease these militants, especially after the CRPF's recent action that led to the arrest of 11 Kuki militants. The press release further stated that the Union Home Ministry's decision to extend the disturbed area status appeared to be aimed at suppressing the Meitei Village Defense Force while providing leeway of Kuki-Jaw militants to escalate attacks, including bombings and artillery fire from the hills. AMUCO linked the ongoing violence to Kuki-Jaw militants pushing for a separate administration or the creation of a union territory, a demand that the organization sees as a direct threat to Manipur's territorial integrity. An understanding has been reached between the government and key civil society organizations in Senapati district, leading to a temporary relaxation of restrictions on commercial vehicular traffic movement beyond Senapati district headquarters on National Highway 2. The agreement followed a meeting held earlier today at the office of the Deputy Commissioner Senapati in the presence of Mao AC MLA L. Dikho and MLA of Karong J. Kumosha. Representatives from the Naga People's Organization, NPO, Senapati District Women Association, SDWA, and Senapati District Students Association, SDSA, participated in the discussions. The meeting centered on a charter of demands submitted to the Chief Minister of Manipur on November 11th this year by the NPO, SDWA, and SDSA. After thorough deliberations, these civil society groups agreed to temporarily lift the traffic restrictions based on assurances provided by government representatives. Key assurances include punitive action against offenders involved in recent incidents, provision of appropriate compensation to victims, and immediate measures to curb illegal taxation, extortion, and other disruptions along National Highway 2. They also warn of resuming restrictions on commercial vehicular traffic if the government fails to act on the assurances provided. The agreement was signed by Deputy Commissioner Mamoni Dole, NPO President A. Scuba Peter, SDWA President R.N. Sana, and SDSA President A. Saloni Tony at the district headquarters. As unrest and instability persist in several regions, with numerous reports of attacking farmers in the peripheral areas of the Valley district by suspected Kuki militants during this harvest season, the security forces have launched efforts and are actively providing protection to ensure the safety of agricultural activities crucial for the livelihoods of local residents. A team of Kaching District Police under the Superintendent of Police for the second day has been stationed across key farming areas in the Kaching District. In a commendable initiative, a video circulated on social media highlight the police presence in the field, including additional SP A. Romendro were seen physically assisting the farmers in the agricultural process. The social media post featuring these activities have garnered significant engagement, with citizens expressing support and appreciation through likes and encouraging comments. The police, alongside units from the BSF and Assam Rifles, have been patrolling fields in various districts, ensuring the farmers can carry on with their work without fear of disturbance. This collaborative effort between local police and central security forces is expected to reassure the farming community of their commitment to safety, further encouraging the agricultural productivity. A fire broke out at the Wangzing Lamding Bazaar area today afternoon around 1:30 p.m., causing damage to the residence extension of R.K. Natasana Singh. The blaze, suspected to have been caused by an electrical short circuit, severely damaged the front engine portion of a Hyundai Alcazar car registration number MN09A0653 parked at the site. Additionally, 2 empty paddy storage containers were destroyed in the fire. The Thawal Fire Substation team promptly responded to the incident, reaching the location on time and successfully controlling the fire, preventing it from spreading further. Fortunately, no casualties or injuries have been reported. Authorities are investigating the exact cause of the fire. The last rites of 32-year-old Sapam Sophia, who tragically lost her life in an assault by suspected Kuki militants on the 9th of this month, were held today at Saiton, Wathalambi and Kumbi Assembly constituency. Sophia, who had been working in a field at the time of the attack, was laid to rest in a solemn ceremony attended by a large gathering of mourners, including local civil society leaders and residents. Her body, which had been kept at the Rims morgue, was brought to Saiton, Wathalambi in a special procession. Along the route, people paid floral tributes, honoring her life and mourning the brutal loss. The emotional procession culminated at the burial site, where the final rites were performed according to local customs. The tragic incident has sent shockwaves through the community, with many condemning the violence and expressing solidarity with the grieving family. This ceremony also saw a significant turnout of local leaders who conveyed their support for the bereaved family and called for justice for Sapam Sophia. Shopkeepers in Mayang Imphal, Bengun Maning Imphal West District staged a shutdown and protest today, condemning the heavy monetary demands from various organizations and the recent abduction of 6 civilians, including 3 minors, in Jiribam. The protest, organized by the Mayang Imphal Bengun Maning Dukan Committee, highlighted the severe economic impact of the ongoing crisis in Manipur, which has left businesses struggling to survive. Committee Secretary Fundray Mayum Tamizur Rahman criticized the additional financial burdens imposed on shopkeepers who are already grappling with the consequences of the conflict. He also condemned the abduction by Kuki militants, calling it a symptom of the deteriorating law and order in the state. Rahman urged both the government and militant groups to take immediate action to secure the release of the kidnapped civilians and restore peace in the region.
Kayagi mamangdagi masiga maruk saitheng asigi marak asida ekoi lok kayana mafam asida laibe dukan singda ekoi mateng reliquium gi amadi atopa lan pangi ba kangbu sing haiba tare masina ekoi mateng pangbina ba hairakpada ekoi dukal gi committee sing asiga ekoi matam gi yana ba thaka mateng adum tawraga lagi adubu ekoi saira asida ngasi no manini asida aikoi yamna akan ba mongda akaknaba timing da akaknaba achauba puba thangma moidaba mawongda aikoi dukan singa sida achauba dimal oina tawbirakpa masi aikoi yamna dukandar singda lekai sida ki khang pokhanba amadi harassment pibai mawong asi aikoi yamna nungaijade masina maram oira singa sima asi dukan mayam singa si thong lonchalaga apun boina aikoi wakan mifam asi pangthok chabani.
Organizations, clubs and Mairapaibi groups in Kairau, Imphal district have announced a ban on the entry of heavy vehicles carrying stones, sand and soil on Kairau Makting Road and MU Road, also known as Kairau Kiranpalli, starting Sunday. The decision follows the deteriorating condition of the roads, which have become increasingly unsafe and difficult to navigate. A public convention was held today at ARDO ground, where representatives from organizations such as the Kairau Youth Development Organization (KYDO), Jamiatul Ulema Kairau, Kairau Makting Rural Women's Development Association, and All Round Development Organization (ARDO) gathered to discuss the issue. Secretary of KYDO Jior Rahman addressed the media after the convention, stating that the local MLA had failed to address the deteriorating state of the roads despite more than 7 years of neglect. Rahman emphasized that the roads were crucial lifelines for the community and the ban on heavy vehicles was a necessary step to prevent further damage and ensure the safety of commuters.
Kairaugi lambi thongi orakliba phibam asigi matungina Kairaugi Kairau Kirampalli amadi hojik chatnariba Kairaugi lifeline oiriba Kairau Makting Road haira khangnariba asiga lambi gi thongi phibam asi phalak tabna maram oiraga puba gari haibdi ching lebak puba lone adaw ching lebak puba gari amdi lung laingoi puba gari heavy vehicles nokhaiti lagliba Sunday numit asidagi chatpa si thingenjare haina club organization am dcso singi maikaidagi press ki sinaw singda thamjari amasung aikhoina Kairau Makting gi social welfare amadi amagi chakho thorang maramda langdumgi club amadi organization singda leibak khara lauru ngai haiba matam dadi leibak sing adu pibi be mohta yaroi amadi athingba kya thamki aduga ngasi lon suya da ba ching leibak amadi lengang puthokpa sida karbar wala sing so sang amadi karigumba magi tongjanangai tawriba thawuk thoram sing asida makhoigi karigumba kana nangai natragana moi kari condition dano loni adabasi khulaikai gi dadi lo si makhut telabra.
Remembering the one-year journey of the adoption of the traditional Yongfi and Kudai as one of the uniform for the students of Lilong High Secondary School, a function was held at the school premises. The event was attended by President of the Federation of Haumi Sapamcha Jadawani as the chief guest and social scientist Dr. Dhanabilaishram as the guest of honor. The principal of the school, Dr. Ningombam Shanta, presided over the ceremony. During the event, students were recognized for their efforts in promoting traditional attire, and several were awarded Young Reformer certificates for their contributions. Speaking at the occasion, Principal Dr. Ningombam Shanta emphasized that the initiative was aimed at promoting indigenous dress, particularly the Yongfi, while also honoring the discipline and values passed down by their forefathers. He added that the adoption of these traditional garments also helps save cost by reducing the need for students for purchase uniforms from outside the state.
Tongan by Quiggy to minority, Mete Pangal Surum Tami, and Makogi traditional Masamasagi uniform traditional dress, equate Shetpani, Aduna. Hariba traditional dress is here, equate Tawan, Tambaga, equate Irum Damasigi, culture is Tawan wine, Utabi Torumda, equate Masi Sahi, Harpi Pantopani. Masida, Maruiba, equate Tanabia, what home cook Pangi, Maduri Carino, Hamdamda, equate a quick send it. London send me say assume about traditional dress, young pig dress is shape and a marmorga, Mapan Sakigado sent from Mayama, I couldn't convey number one. Number two, the I could cultural veluse, Tawana, Pukatpa, Nandabuhadabada, Machine Asoba, Togama, Logani, I was say, Massi Masakamani. aduga atopa maram amana school gi mahiroi sing college gi university gi mahiroi sing pulap patakna Manipur da even college khoi gi official staff sing mapan gi thabak tawriba chaliba mayam sidi de khoi punna khudai se phajaw mongda semdo oga phajana promong thakala phajana semga chapanga magadi masile jo hena khoi cultural gi oiba thaksi hena wangba ngamgani hai wafam jene khoi na thamjani.
As part of a protest organized by the Ziri United Committee, candlelight vigils were held across various localities in Jiribam, with the main event taking place at the Jana Neta Irabot Memorial Complex in Babupara. The protesters gathered to demand the safe release of 6 women and children who are believed to be held captive by suspected Kuki militants. During the event, demonstrators raised slogans calling for justice and expressing their outrage over the abductions. These slogans included demands for the resignation of the local MLA, a call for the release of the 6 captives, and strong condemnation of the use of force against women and children. The protesters expressed their collective anger over the ongoing violence and the perceived lack of action to secure the safe return of the missing individuals. A large number of people from the Kuki community gathered in the bordering town of Mori today to condemn the incident in which 10 suspected Kuki militants were killed during a retaliatory gunfire by CRPF and civil police. The incident occurred when the militants attacked both security personnel and civilians, resulting in the deaths of 2 individuals. The protesters, who expressed strong disapproval of the events, held a rally in the town and raised several slogans including "Go Back CRPF" and "We Want Justice." Natta Sankirtana and Guru Kirtan were organized at the Laihau Thaba Mandap in Nomeibung, Chakpram Lirak to commemorate the 13th death anniversary of Moibung teacher Oza Thongam Ibotombi Singh from Moirangkhom, Bokul Makhong. The event was organized by Laihau Thabam Dhanachandra Singh. Speaking at this ceremony, Dhanachandra emphasized that the event was held as a tribute to the late teacher and to ensure that his contributions continue to be remembered by younger generations. He also noted that the gathering aimed to strengthen the bond between teachers and students, highlighting the importance of such relationships in education and society. The Zeliangrong Students' Union Manipur expressed shock and strong condemnation following reports that suspected Kuki militants set ablaze vehicles carrying goods and essential supplies along National Highway 37, which serves as a key supply route for Manipur. ZSUM called for immediate action by law enforcement agencies to apprehend those responsible and ensure appropriate punishment. In a statement, the ZSUM also rejected a recent press release from the Rongmei Naga Students Organization Manipur RNSOM that threatened to ban the supply of essential commodities to the particular community. The ZSUM urged the Manipur government to ensure the safety and security of commuters and vehicles traveling on National Highway 37 and warned the RNSOM against taking the law into their own hands. The union also called for the retraction of the controversial statement to avoid escalating tensions between communities. ZSUM appealed to both the Meitei and Kuki-Jo communities to shun violence and engage in peaceful negotiations. The district administration of Kamzong observed Janjatiya Gaurav Divas today, marking the 150th birth anniversary of Bhagwan Birsa Munda, a prominent tribal leader and freedom fighter. This celebration, led by Deputy Commissioner Sri Rangnamai Rangpeter, was held at the Deputy Commissioner's camp office inside the 2nd Manipur Rifle Complex, Imphal. Since 2021, Janjatiya Gaurav Divas has been celebrated annually across India to honor the contributions of tribal communities in the country's freedom struggle. The day commemorates Munda's leadership in the Ulgulan Revolution against British colonial rule. In his address, DC Rangpeter reflected on Munda's role in the freedom struggle and also highlighted the contributions of local tribal leaders such as Rani Gaidin Liu and Haipau Jadonang. He also spoke about the Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkars Abhiyan, a flagship program launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi aimed at uplifting tribal communities across the country. The event included the distribution of ID cards to beneficiaries of various government schemes as well as sports materials to selected students. This ceremony was attended by senior district officials including the additional SP, SDOs and DLOs. The Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkars Abhiyan, the AGGUA, was officially launched today at the SDO office complex in Tamenglong district with Chief Executive Officer of ADC Tamenglong, Kachamthai F. Gangmei as the chief guest. The event was also attended by additional SP Josiati Pamei and several other dignitaries. The chief guest highlighted the launch of the Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkars Abhiyan by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on October 2nd in Hazaribagh, Jharkhand. With an investment of over 79,156 crore rupees, the program aims to uplift around 63,843 tribal villages, benefiting over 5.38 crore tribal people across India. The initiative integrates 25th interventions across 17 ministries to improve health, education, infrastructure and livelihoods. The program coincides with the 150th birth anniversary of Dharti Aba Bhagwan Birsha Munda and Janjatiya Gaurav Divas 2024, celebrating tribal culture while focusing on community development. A folk song and traditional dance performance added to the cultural vibrancy of the event. In his address, community leader Ngantonang Daimei emphasized the need for elders to pass on their knowledge to younger generations and raise concerns over the insufficient 200 rupees monthly pension for senior citizens, urging a reconsideration of the amount. In a joint operation, Assam Rifles along with Mizoram Police recovered a significant cache of explosives and warlike stores at Lawupu Junction in Aizawl, Mizoram. The recovery included 1,000 guillotine sticks, 1,000 detonators and 20 meters of safety fuse. The operation, which took place on Insert that was part of ongoing efforts to combat illegal arms and explosives trafficking in the region. A review meeting was held in Aizawl yesterday, chaired by Union Minister for Donor Jyotiraditya M. Scindia and co-chaired by Mizoram Chief Minister Laldu Homa. The meeting focused on key development projects in Mizoram under the Ministry of Donor. In a press conference following the meeting, Scindia praised Mizoram's growth, highlighting a significant increase in financial allocations from 4,734 crore rupees between 2004 and 2014 to 33,178 crores rupees from 2014 to 2024. He also noted that for a financial year 2024-2025, Mizoram would receive 6,236 crore rupees in tax devolution alone. Key infrastructure projects discussed included the Bhairabi-Sairang Rail Project, the Kaladan Multimodal Transit Project, and extensive investment in national highways. Scindia highlighted Mizoram's economic growth with a 13% GDP rise and increase per capita income. He also emphasized the government's focus on improving connectivity in the northeast with major investments in roads, airports, and railways. Looking ahead, Scindia announced plans for closer collaboration with Mizoram's government and expressed his commitment to returning soon to further the state's development. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top news headlines once again. NIA takes over investigation of 3 violent incidents in Jiribam, including November 11th militant attack, as special court grants authority for case transfer and further inquiry. Intense search operation led by IZ and DIG underway in Chiribam district to locate 6 abducted women and children amid rising Kuki militant violence. Iscom community appeals for immediate and compassionate action to secure safe return of 6 abducted civilians, including 3 minors. Amuko condemns expansion of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in Manipur, accuses central government of harboring Kukijo militants and threatening state's unity. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching ICE News and good night.